Have you ever felt like you're falling apart only to realize maybe you're actually falling into place? What if I told you that what you're calling depression might actually be something else? What if you're not broken? You're just remembering who you really are. Stick with me. This isn't just another motivational video. This is a conversation you probably haven't had with yourself in a long time. Let's be real. Depression is real, it's painful, it's isolating. It feels like this invisible storm that won't pass. Like you're stuck in a fog where nothing makes sense. But here's the question no one asks. What if that storm isn't here to destroy you, but to clear the path? Sometimes depression isn't just biological. Sometimes it's emotional, energetic, spiritual. You don't wake up feeling empty because you're weak. You feel empty because something deep inside you knows. This life you're living isn't the truth of who you are. It's not about sadness, it's about separation. Separation from your soul, your truth, your voice. You became who the world needed you to be, not who you really are. The people pleaser, the overachiever, the chameleon in every room. But now, the real you is stirring beneath the surface, and it's causing friction. That ache in your chest, that's your spirit knocking, begging you to let it breathe. You're not breaking down. You're being broken open. Since childhood, we've been conditioned to perform. Be nice, be smart, be polite, be strong, be productive, smile, even when you're in pain. And every time you performed, every time you forced a smile, another layer formed over your true self. You ever walk into a room full of people and feel lonelier than when you're alone? That's not depression, that's disconnection. You're surrounded by people, but no one sees you. And it makes sense. You've been hiding, you've been performing, you've been shrinking yourself to be palatable, to be accepted. The mask we wear, I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm just tired. Those masks are heavy. They cost you your peace, your joy, your identity. Inside you're screaming, I don't know who I am anymore. I know that scream. I've lived it. I've smiled at dinners and cried in the bathroom. I've looked successful on paper and felt completely hollow inside. But I didn't know that back then, that my sadness wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a sign that I had outgrown the version of me I was pretending to be. Let me ask you a question. Who are you? Really, not your job, not your achievements, not the roles you play, not your social media persona. Who are you at your core? Most people don't know, and it's not their fault. We were never taught to explore ourselves. We were taught to perform, to achieve, to conform. We were trained to chase validation, not truth. So we keep climbing ladders, degrees, promotions, relationships, hoping to finally feel enough. But fulfillment doesn't come from achieving, it comes from aligning. Aligning with who you really are, not who you've been pretending to be. So if you feel lost, confused, or empty, maybe you're not failing. Maybe you're waking up. You're waking up to the lie, to the mass, to the expectations, to the systems that never made space for your soul. You're not broken, you're buried. Depression isn't always dysfunction. Sometimes it's a doorway, a sacred pause, a spiritual reset. And if you walk through it, you'll find yourself on the other side. Healing doesn't always look like yoga and green smoothies. Sometimes it looks like sleeping for 12 hours, crying uncontrollably, walking away from everything that doesn't serve you. Healing is messy, confusing, lonely, but necessary. You are remembering that rest is not laziness, that boundaries are not selfish, that your emotions are not inconvenient, that your body's not a machine. You're remembering that you're allowed to choose joy, that it's okay to want peace, that you don't need to earn rest. You're remembering that your voice matters, that your dreams are valid, that your needs are important, that being soft is not weak, it's brave. And yes, it will cost you. Some people will leave. Some paths will close. Some versions of you will die. But what you gain is you. When a snake sheds its skin, it doesn't panic. It knows, this isn't me anymore. What if your depression is you're shedding. I want to share something personal. Years ago, I hit what people call rock bottom. I was exhausted, number lost. I felt like I was watching my life from outside myself. I tried everything: routines, books, therapy, affirmations. Nothing worked until I stopped fighting and started feeling. That's when the shift happened. I realized I wasn't broken, I was just out of alignment. I was saying yes when I meant no, staying quiet when I needed to scream, playing small when I had so much to give. My soul had been whispering for years. Depression just made it scream. And when I finally listened, everything changed. I started writing again, singing again, connecting to nature, taking long walks, being still. I stopped trying to fix myself and started meeting myself. I didn't become perfect, but I became real. And in that realness, I found peace. And maybe you will too. Hear this with your heart. You're not broken. You're breaking open. You're not lost. You're being redirected. You're not weak. You're becoming aware. This pain you're feeling, it's part of the awakening. The system trained you to betray yourself. And now you're remembering. Remembering that your worth isn't tied to productivity, that your soul isn't here to impress, it's here to express. You're not here to fit in, you're here to be free. You are allowed to start over, to say, I don't know who I am, but I'm willing to find out. You don't need permission. You are the permission. And yes, it will be hard, but it will be worth it. Because on the other side of this pain is you, the real you, the you that laughs freely, loves deeply, dreams wildly, and lives unapologetically. Don't run from this season. Honor it. You are not depressed. You are remembering who you are. So what now? First, breathe. Slow down. Feel your body. Feel your breath. You're here. You're alive. And that matters. Next, listen, not to the noise of the world, but to the whisper of your soul. What does it crave? What does it miss? What does it remember? Then, let go. Let go of who you thought you had to be. Let go of the guilt, the shame, the pressure. Let go of the timeline, the comparison, the hustle. Finally, begin. Begin again, with grace, with softness, with intention. You don't need to know everything. You just need to start. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are unfolding. And that is sacred. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are here. And that is enough. So if no one has told you lately, I see you, I honor you, I'm proud of you. Not because you're perfect, but because you're real, because you're trying, because you're feeling, because you're remembering. You are not depressed. You are remembering who you are. Fade to black, end screen with call to action. If this spoke to your heart, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe for more truth, more healing, more remembering. Until next time, take care of your soul. It's bringing you home.